Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's episode of Talk Exchange. Today's guests are Fussell Hughes and Denise Strub, who are the candidates for national president-elect. So Tracy and Kristie have some awesome questions for the candidates, both serious and fun questions. And I think it really helps to give us an idea, not only who they are, but also what they are campaigning on. So hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you again next week.
Welcome to Talk Exchange. I'm Tracy Edwards, CEO of the National Exchange Club.
And I'm Kristie Lindahl, Director of Communications.
Kristie, this is one of the best times of the year.
We're busy.
For Exchange Club members.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You know what? We're always busy, though. There's like no downtime. We just move from event to event to project, which is super fun.
So it
always
should be.
Keeping things fresh and relevant for our members. Yep. But especially now as we move toward convention, which comes up for the National Exchange Club, members coming in from all over the country to Louisville, Kentucky, where we'll be at the Galt House.
That's right.
Celebrating and starting a new year, celebrating the one behind.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of fresh.
Yeah, learning some things.
That's right.
Yes, it'll be good. And also we have our national elections. So currently we have two candidates for the office of national president-elect. So that person will serve as the president-elect for 1 year. And then at next year's convention in Omaha, automatically assume the office of national president. That's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have two exchange leaders that people know and love who've been, of course, in all the various roles that are necessary to move into this leadership position. So today it's our pleasure to have with us from Albany, Georgia, Fussell Hughes. Welcome, Fussell.
Hi, y'all.
And from Oxford, Mississippi, Denise Strub. Welcome, Denise.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so good to see both your faces.
Definitely. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us. And thank you for continuing your leadership in this direction. It's really important to the National Exchange Club to have leaders like you. You both serve as volunteer field representatives, so we appreciate that. And both have great influence in your districts and beyond.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we're here to just have a conversation about the candidates and help people to decide who they'd like to vote for when we get to Louisville.
Right, because although we may know you well,
Yes.
most of our members across the country do not. So we're going to kind of open, your knowledge of exchange, share some of your ideas, and
I like that. That's
like
a
it.
good thought.
Let's go.
So we'll kick things off by asking you, how do we want to have them answer first? Just flip-flop?
Yeah.
I introduced in alphabetical order.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll start with Fussell and then we'll flip-flop a little bit. So Fussell, can you tell us a little bit about your journey with Exchange and what inspired you to seek the office of National President?
Well, as I started in 1997 when I joined the Exchange Club of Albany. And when I started, I had in my wildest dreams, not to be sitting here. So I had some encouragement as I moved along, even heading a committee. I had a lot of people said, you can do this, you can do the committee. And then as I moved on, we went into, I was asked to go through the chairs for Albany to go through the chairs for president. And I just didn't feel like I had it, but these guys stood behind me and said, take the next step, you can do it. And then it happened when I went to district. I served 3 years as a vice president in district until I felt like I had what I needed to move on to the district president role. And these same people or another group of people were always encouraging me to take the next step. And then when the role came open for RVP, regional vice president, I had some people behind me from all over that said, take this step, let's do this. And now here I am. I feel like that the encouragement from those people have led me to where I'm at and have built my confidence and got me to this point. And I thank them every day. And every day somebody else steps up and says, Fussell, you can do this now. And so that's where I'm at right now.
Isn't it nice to have people who believe in you, who encourage you in that way? And we see that throughout Exchange. I'm so glad you've had that experience.
Of course.
And we've all benefited from it.
Absolutely. Denise, same question for you. Tell us a little bit about your journey and what inspired you to run for national president.
Sure, thank you. I was one of those reluctant members. The person who sponsored me into Exchange asked me to join 5 times before I said yes. And her reason for waiting and urging me on through the years was because she just believed I had something to give and that Exchange was the perfect fit for me. And once I joined, I hate to say it, but she was absolutely right. And I jumped in feet first. And, the first thing I'm doing is back then the Blue Book. I'm reading the Blue Book from front to back and learning everything I can about Exchange. And division director came over and met me and said, "You're taking my place." And I didn't know anything about division director, but learned about that and took his place and just went up the ranks. I love Exchange. I feel that I have a lot to give. I hope I have a lot to give. And I'd love to share that with everybody.
I'm going to explain. I'm going to help you out here a little, Denise. For people who don't know, the Blue Book used to be our club leadership guide.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
Yep. So she was learning everything she could about club management.
That is true. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that somebody was pleasantly persistent in encouraging you. It's good to have those people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So another question that we have for you is, what do you think has helped shape you for this role? What experiences in your past make you able to fulfill the role of national president?
Who do you want to start with?
Oh, yeah, let's flip-flop. Denise, we're going to start with you then.
Okay. I think that just life in general has had a great influence. When I went to high school, of course, I took speech and I learned how to talk in front of people. Becoming a VFR, when we first did training years and years ago, the volunteer field representatives, you had to learn to speak in front of people, and you were actually graded on it. And I can remember standing in front of some of our past national presidents and them furiously marking and writing down whether or not we did well. I think learning to be a good club president teaches you how to lead. Everything from your job to your family, Exchange kind of weasels its way into everything. And all of that you bring back to Exchange. And I think that you learn to lead and become a better person from it.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Fussell, what do you have to say?
When I got out of high school, I went to a technical college and got out of that. I came back to be a draftsman for structural steel. And I did that for a year or two. And then I got involved in the farm supply business. And I dealt with different farmers, different people day in and day out. And I developed, I don't guess developed, I acquired an attitude where you listen to everybody. You each one of them has a different problem every day, and they change every day. And then when I got out of the hardware business, I got out of the farm supply business and went into the hardware business with my father-in-law. You meet people, and you have to treat people different. Every day is a different person in a different situation, and I learned to just listen, pay attention, solve the problem best you could, and move on to the next person, because we stayed in the hardware business for about 35 years before I retired. And I see people now that tell me they appreciate what I did when I was in the hardware business. And so I guess I developed an attitude of listen, pay attention, solve the problem, and then move on to the next one. And that's kind of where I'm at now.
Excellent.
Great. Thank you both. So, if elected, what will be your top 3 priorities as national president? Fussell, we'll start with you.
Growth, growth, and growth. How about that? Does that work? I think membership and growth is the most important thing we can do. I saw a thing the other day from National or somewhere where it's kind of in the bag. Growth is very important, but retaining members, looking after your clubs, keeping that growth in your club first, and keeping I think this quote was like, if you lose a member, it's twice as hard, so you need 2 members to replace the one you lost. So you got to retain your members. I believe you can expand if you retain your members and keep your club down. Then you can expand into the district and you can grow new clubs. But the main thing is getting that membership in that club developed to where when they go out, ask somebody to join. Don't be afraid. Ask somebody to join your club, build on your club, build on your region, build on your district, and that just expands. You get them all involved, and that's the way I feel.
Thank you. Denise, same question. If you are elected, what will be your top 3 priorities?
My priorities would be communication, because I'd like to be one of those people that even the member from Hawaii, if they need to contact me about something, that I'm accessible to them. I would like to be accessible to everybody. Exchange promotion. I would like to see our programs, our mission, be promoted to the public. We're so bad about keeping ourselves to ourselves, and we don't promote our actions, and that can, go into growth. It can go into funding. We need to do that better. And then, of course, growth. If we don't grow, we cease to exist, and our communities need us.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you envision that growth to take place in exchange? That's obviously been and always will be a high priority for us. So what creative ideas or solutions do you think you could bring to the table? We'll start with you, Fussell.
I think going back to what Denise says, promotion. You got to promote yourself. You got to brag on yourself. You sit in a club, you go to a club meeting, you do an event, and then nobody hears about it. Nobody knows about it. You got to pat yourself on the back and get out there and let it be known. What you do. I mean, I'm on Facebook with a lot of clubs, and I know what they do, and I try to share that on my Facebook. But then, I don't know who's listening or who's looking. So I would consider some type of promotion system. And we do that with Exchange Club members' Facebook page. We do that with the district Facebook. We do that with the club Facebook. But you got to get out and there's people in Albany that think the only thing we do is the fair. They have, we need to promote that we gave money for child abuse prevention. We gave money for veterans. We give. We park cars for different events, and it needs to be out there in a promotional way, and that's just you got to get your name out there. I mean, if you didn't, McDonald's wouldn't spend money on advertising like they do. So I'm not saying go to that extent, but at least ways let it be known where you are, what you're doing.
Yeah, club, communities need to see the value in having an exchange club in the community. And the only way they'll see that value is if the club gets out and lets them know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Denise, what do you think? What does your creative solution to growth look like?
I think in a lot of ways we need a good shot of enthusiasm. When you go to convention, everybody's always enthusiastic. Everybody's high-spirited and having fun. But that's just the people who go to convention. There are a lot of people who don't go, who are in their little clubs. And as you get older, not the club, but the person, you get kind of tired and run down, and you've done all this stuff before, and your enthusiasm wanes. And I think if we can get that spark back, I think that will grow. And I think that that will increase engagement in the community and in our exchange and in our programs. You got to think back about what it was like when you first joined and ask people to join you. And again, promote your club and yourself.
Okay.
I like that.
Thank you. Absolutely. What
Yeah.
do you think about that one?
I like that one. That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. How would you describe your leadership style? Let's
Denise.
start with you, Denise. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm a cheerleader. I know that. I've taken all the surveys and the studies, and that's just who I am. I'm a cheerleader. I don't like a lot of the spotlight on me. I'm more about let's give it to you, and I believe that if you set a goal and you focus, anything is possible and you can accomplish anything. We all have potential, and I like encouraging that in others. And so I like being the cheerleader.
I would have to agree with your assessment of yourself, Denise.
Absolutely.
Oh, self-awareness.
Yeah.
And Fussell, how about you? What is your leadership style?
I'm kind of, I guess, laid back, common sense type approach to things. Study on it, figure out a solution, and I like to take people that are kind of like I was on the edge of moving up or moving into a leadership role, and just say, look, like somebody did me, says you can do this. You've got the potential. Let me help you through it, and then walk him through it. Walk that person through that leadership role or to that point where they feel comfortable, as I did when they were encouraging me. I think that we can all of us have a leadership quality. We just got to get it out of us to where we can pass it on to somebody else.
I think what we have here is two self-aware candidates.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's true. That's an important quality.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I like this one. So reflecting back on the original intent, the founding intent of Exchange, the world's changed a little bit, but that collaboration is still so important. How do you plan to continue fostering that collaboration from coast to coast, north to south? That's a big question.
Yes.
Let's see. Fussell, you want to go?
Yeah, I think so. I think it goes back to making yourself available. I don't have a problem. When I have a problem, I don't have a problem calling somebody in California or calling somebody in South Carolina or North Carolina or anywhere. And I want people to know that, if you've got a question, no matter whether you think it's big or small, to communicate. I think the communication from national to the members, and I think you got to work it from national to the RVPs, to the district presidents, to the club presidents, to the members, and I think that I think I can do that. I have that. I don't meet a stranger, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm above them or whatever. I'm just an old country boy that made it this far, and I think that I can carry on in a leadership role, even with national, and not be overwhelmed with it. Just talking to folks every day.
I can see that. Denise, what do you think?
I think that if you look at Exchange history, if you go back to the aviation when we first started with that, and then you look at the selling of war bonds and getting child abuse prevention, we work well together, and we have to remember that, and we have to promote that to our clubs. We work well together, and I think that if we can collaborate on projects, collaborate on programs, even collaborate on fundraisers. I mean, get your area clubs together and and work as one. I think that brings kind of a new spark. It ups your enthusiasm. I know I always feel good when somebody pats me on the back and says, good job, or, I know you can do it. And I think we all need that. And I hope I can do that for others.
Agreed.
Nice. Absolutely. So what do you believe is the biggest challenge facing the National Exchange Club today? And then how would you address it? So let's start with Denise.
Well, I mean, of course, the biggest challenge is growth. We need to grow in order to exist. Club building is a top priority. It's in the bylaws that's what we do. But we also need to look at some of those smaller clubs. I know that in my district, we have some pretty small clubs. And we need to figure out a way to keep them from leaking members. Maybe go back to some of the older things we used to do, those little challenges. I always liked the little games we used to play on the national level. And I think many of us need training on how to talk about exchange because we've forgotten. We've gotten a little lax. We've forgotten how to talk exchange. That 5-minute speech is always a plus, the elevator speech. We don't encourage it or train about it anymore. I think that would be a plus, and I think that would help us grow.
Okay, good. Thank you. Fussell, same question for you. What do you think is the biggest challenge facing the National Exchange Club today, and how would you address it?
I think like Denise does, and I think like everybody else does, is growth. But we don't want to put things out of kilter. We want to keep growing, but we've got to also look after our clubs, look after our districts, look after our membership. And the membership they're the biggest part in helping you grow. We've got to do those type things like the 5-minute speech, like letting people know where you are and what you do, and reaching everybody talks about the young people. We've got to change our ways of thinking as far as like clubs that are set in their ways. Maybe open up a new membership level where we invite the young in. We give it, instead of meeting at noon on every Friday like a lot of clubs like we do in Albany, maybe change that to an afternoon on a Thursday or a Monday or a day that you can invite young people and just have a social hour and introduce them to what you do. And I think after you get that, everybody loves helping the veterans and prevention of child abuse and saluting our community leaders and our first responders. Everybody likes that. You just got to tell them what you do, and I think the growth will come along.
Great. Thank you both for sharing those, your perspective on what may help us grow.
I'm always open to ideas.
Absolutely. Let's go to our last serious question, then we have some fun questions. How about if you could be remembered for one key contribution as national president, what would it be, Fussell?
I think a listener and a person that could get it done without a lot of fanfare. I think I have, my personality just tells me, don't stand out in front, get the people in front of you, push them on, encourage them on, and get things done. Just a doer, maybe.
Thank you. Denise, same question.
I'd like to be remembered as an encourager, someone who encouraged you to be your best. Because I think if we do and try to be our best, again, anything is possible. We just need to try. And that's the crux of everything. Try, and who knows what could happen. So I'd like to be remembered as an encourager.
Thank you both, and I have no doubt you will both be remembered in those ways for sure.
Certainly.
Good. Well, our time is winding down, so we thought we'd keep it fun. We're going to Louisville the home of the Kentucky Hot Brown. You both need to order that. It's their
a sandwich of some sort.
signature dish in Louisville. So we wondered, just fun fact, what's your favorite food? Denise.
Oh, pizza.
Pizza. Okay. That's
That
a
was funny.
popular
Somebody
one.
just asked me that earlier today. I don't know
Yeah?
why. But
What kind of pizza?
Yeah, what's on your pizza?
meat, mushrooms, black olives, extra sauce and cheese.
All right.
Thick or thin crust?
Medium. I like that.
Oh.
hand tossed. I like that hand tossed.
Interesting.
Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
I
Sorry.
agree.
Thank
I
you.
agree. Yeah.
My Italian relatives would kill me.
Keep it off. What do you
Who
like
knew
on
this
your
was
pizza?
such a hot topic?
I know. What do you like on your pizza?
Me, I loaded up with vegetables.
Really?
Oh, lots of olives, tomatoes. Yeah.
You know what I want on my pizza?
Let me hear.
One topping.
What?
Mushrooms
Yes.
or olives, but only one at a time.
What about
Oh,
extra
very
cheese? Do you count
No.
extra cheese as a topping?
Nope.
No.
Very thin crust.
Okay.
Like
Minimal
the
pizza.
JoJo's thin crust
All right.
with one topping.
You know,
Thick or
Depending on
thin
what
crust?
pizza.
I'm guessing
I like
thin.
thin crust.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, when we order pizza sometimes in the
Yeah.
office, there used to be someone who would order olive pizza.
I love olive
Oh my
pizza.
gosh. Tracy and I would just go to town
We
on
love
olive
olives.
pizza.
Yeah. And now they have pickle pizza.
I know. Try pickle and olive together. See what
I
happens.
can't have two toppings.
I don't
I'm
know
gonna need to have pickle pizza.
This is too
It
complicated.
is.
I don't know
We'll
about pickles.
We'll
now.
get one of each.
Poor Fussell's like, I want to share my favorite food.
So, what's your favorite food? Denise got us down the pizza rabbit hole.
Now I want pickles.
I don't know.
I do too. We'll pick up a pizza on the way back. Fussell, what's your favorite food?
Y'all all in trouble. It's
Uh-oh.
cornbread, turnip greens, black-eyed peas, and a
Ooh.
good meat.
I'll take the black eyed peas.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had all of that in one sitting.
one
but
meal.
Yes, I have probably when I visited the Exchange Club of Albany.
I thought you were going to say
probably did.
peanuts, Fussell. I really did.
Yes, that's a good Southern meal for sure.
Turnip greens are nasty.
And then leftovers the next day.
Nice. That sounds good. Let's go to what's one word your fellow members would use to describe you, Fussell?
Good.
Gooden.
Ooh.
Is that
Does
one
that
word?
count as one word?
Gooden. I like
I think that was a cheat.
I like that.
Denise, you can hyphenate words if you need to.
Yes. Denise, one
So,
word.
You know, I read this question and I thought they're going to ask this. I know they're going to ask this
Yeah.
question. You know, I would like to think that people would say that I'm happy, but I have a feeling, I get this a lot, inspiration. And it makes me feel uncomfortable, but I guess if I can inspire somebody, then I'm good with that. So
Absolutely. I think that's fitting for both of you. Fussell, you're a good one.
Absolutely.
And Denise, you're inspirational. I like both of those. That's
If
my
I
new favorite
could,
word,
Oh.
good one.
and you
Maybe
might
we
wanna-
should put that on the ballot next to his name, the good
Yeah. What were you going to say, Fussell?
You might want to cut this out, but I told my wife years ago, I said, when you put me in the ground and I'm dead, all you got to do is say, he was a good one, and go home.
okay.
I love it. I know that's what she would say for sure. Good. Okay, let's end on a fun one. What's something surprising people might not know about you, Denise?
We're
I
getting her.
knew that was going to be the other question.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I thought about this one was kind of difficult for me too. So I guess I love romance novels.
Oh, okay.
And the tawdrier the better. So
Ooh. Was it you? Okay, somebody was just talking about Danielle Steele recently.
It wasn't that me.
It couldn't have been you because you probably don't know who that is.
I'm not like
so-
the rom-com.
Oh, I am.
kind of
So who's your
person, no.
who's your favorite author in that genre, Denise?
right now I've been reading a lot of Lauren Blakely. Of course,
Okay.
you know, the ultimate romance is Jane Austen. So
Okay.
I mean, you know, I love them kind of hers. But yeah, I've just
Do you love the
on-
Hallmark Channel?
Yes.
Yes, I knew it.
You're the reason they bring out Christmas movies in October, aren't you?
I love the Christmas
And I
movies.
know how they're going to end, and I know what the middle is, but I don't care.
And nobody gets killed. I like
Nobody
that.
gets
There's no
killed.
blood and guts. I like that with
No.
Hallmark.
No. I even like their haunted house ones. They've got some spooky ones, and they're not even.
Really?
Yeah, around Halloween, they'll do a couple of ghost ones.
Right before the Christmas movies start.
That is interesting.
Yes.
Okay, good to know. That is a fun fact.
That is fun.
I like that. Fussell, what's something surprising people may not know about you?
Well, I watch a lot of Hallmark because I have to with my wife.
Because I have to.
And they all
love
end the
it.
same, Denise. You know it's
Yes.
They all do.
I like to read a lot of history, like history on the Civil War, about mostly around Georgia and around the South. I read. I like history, but Civil War history, and and a lot of people they'd say you don't even read. I said, yeah, I read a book every now and then. So
All right.
See, now
That's kinda
Fussell's
neat.
speaking my language
I
here.
like it. So you know what so both of our candidates love to read. I like that.
Yeah.
You know what they say? Readers are leaders.
Education.
There you go.
Yep, they're educated and funny.
I don't know if you can say that about a romance novel, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people only read the cereal boxes.
That's
Denise.
true. That's true. Well, it has been so fun talking to our candidates, and you're right. Both of them are interesting, serious about exchange,
Yes.
fun and funny, and great to be around. So, to our listeners, you can't go wrong. You have a
Nope.
tough decision this year. So, thanks to our candidates, Fussell, Hughes, and Denise Strub. It's been a joy to talk with you today. We can't wait to see you in Louisville.
Oh, yeah.
And to
you.
our
Looking
listeners,
forward
absolutely. To our listeners, please join us in Louisville, Kentucky for the National Exchange Club Convention. If you're new to Exchange or want to learn more, please visit nationalexchangeclub.org. And thanks for tuning in to this episode of Talk Exchange.
You know, guys, that was a great conversation. I had so
two
much
are
fun
awesome.
talking to you.
No, yeah.
Can we have both of you?
Wait, let's take a picture.
Can you guys share the president role?
to be co-captain.
I know.
Co-presidents.
Hold on.